We're at the end of the ride and we're at the truck packing up, and I wanted to go over what it takes to ride in Arizona off-road. So there's a few things that you'll need to do, and there's a couple avenues that you can take depending on what you want to do with your off-road experience. So no matter what you want to do, you're going to have probably a tow vehicle that you'll have at some point, whether you want to camp or you're trailering, or you got your dirt bike in the back, and maybe you're a dual sport guy or something like that. But on the off chance that you want to go and park your vehicle and ride out from there, or go camping at all, you need to have a state trust land permit. Now the permit you see right over my shoulder, it's only good for state trust land, but there's a lot of state trust land and a lot of very interesting places to ride on state trust land. So this permit, I've blurred out my number so we can't have any funny business going on. However, that's your permit. You actually get a written permit, and you get one of these little cards that you can put in your windshield. I have laminated it and made a little window hanger out of it for convenience, but you put these in your front window so that if a ranger comes by, he can see that you're permitted and you're set to go. So there's two levels of state trust land permits, and there's I believe they call it a single or something like that. I think that's like 15 bucks a year, and there's the family, which is 25. If you've got more than one vehicle, I would suggest going with a family. It's 25 bucks, and I believe it goes to the program. It helps with management and trails and stuff like that. And for 25 bucks, I mean, some places back east, the private property with only, 30 miles of trail is 25 bucks a day. This you get for all year, and there's thousands of miles of trails. Just to explain what state trust land is, and aside from all the politics that go along with it, because it is a government entity, basically it's land that was acquired by the state, donated to the state, and it sets as a trust to be used, and I don't remember what the exact words were, but in a nutshell, basically it's for the people of Arizona's use. Now there's different varying opinions of that. Most of it is actually recreation, agriculture, and to some extent they do sell it or put schools and things like that on it, and that's where the battle lies. However, there is so much of it, you would be doing yourself a disservice not to get yourself a state trust land permit. So in Arizona, to ride off-road, no matter where you are, whether you're on state trust land, Bureau of Land Management, National Forest, or any other government land entity, you need to have what is called an OHV sticker. It's also called a Silver Sticker. You get these through the Department of Transportation. So this applies to whether you are in-state or out-of-state. You must have an OHV Silver Sticker to operate off-road. You must have an Arizona OHV sticker whether you're registered or not. They look like this, and I'm covering up the registration number that ties it to my plate. I'm not sure where you would put it if you don't have a plate and you're from out of state. However, in Arizona, you're required to have at least an RV plate. It looks just like a motorcycle plate. It says RV on it. I don't know why it says recreational vehicle. It means more than just trailers, I'm guessing. However, you need one of those to show that you have title to the vehicle. When you purchase the OHV sticker and you're not registered, you apply it to that plate and then mount it on the motorcycle. If you are registered, you will get a sticker. You usually purchase that with your registration, and there's a benefit to that I'll get into. However, when you purchase your registration, you purchase your sticker. They both come right around at the same time in separate envelopes, and the OHV sticker is tied to your plate number. The benefit of having an OHV sticker in Arizona, it allows you to register a vehicle like this at a much less fee a reduced fee from if I had just registered this as a regular motorcycle. This is registered because I had the OHP sticker, which is $25. My registration went from about $300 or $400 down to like 75 or something like that. I mean, it's that drastic. I can't quote you the exact numbers. However, it's that drastic, and it makes having this motorcycle very affordable. And it's just, you're saying that this is not a commuting vehicle. This is a vehicle that is ridden mostly off-road. Now, I'd also like to address some dual sport and adventure bikes. Now, there's a thought process that, well, I've got a registration, I paid the full registration, it's really an on-road vehicle, therefore, like my car or my truck, I can go on a forest road and trails without having an OHP sticker. That is a misconception. You have to have, even if you're riding a adventure bike, a V-Strom, a 1090 or something like that, on regulated land, on trails, you still have to have an OHP sticker. You just don't get the reduction because you're registering that vehicle as a, it can be commuter, you're going to use highways and things like that. Therefore, the state needs to collect their tax from you. The last thing I'd like to address is getting your off-road vehicle, which is not purchased as an on-road vehicle, street legal. So this process applies to dirt bikes, UTVs, ATVs, and any other vehicle that you can bring to mind that may not be street legal when it comes out of the manufacturer. So there's a few things that you need to do. You can go right down with your title to, or your certificate of origin. I think you'll need something more than a bill of sale, but you'll need to go down and get title transferred to your name at the DOT. When you do that, you tell them that you're going to be riding this on-road part-time or something like that. They'll tell you what the choices are, and that's what you pick, and you get your OHP sticker then. However, there's some things that you need to do, and there is no inspections between you and whatever ranger stops you, and the fines are pretty stiff. But you're going to need to do some things to get your bike up to speed to be ridden on road. So in Arizona, the only things that you will need, you'll need a horn, you'll need a headlight, you'll need a tail light and a brake light, a license plate holder, a brake switch that operates the tail light, and that's about it. Now, I've had arguments with people that say that you need to have turn signals. That is inaccurate. If you go to the Arizona website where they explain all of this, no turn signals are mentioned. You also need to have DOT tires. For dirt bikes, they do make DOT. These are Kenda Parker DTs. They're very much a off-road tire, but they are DOT rated. As I said, all of these things are not inspected at the time you register it. However, I'd suggest to do it just to stay out of trouble and fines. And like the turn signal thing, you may have a debate with the ranger. I keep a PDF on my phone of the website that shows the requirements for converting a off-road vehicle to on-road vehicle. So I hope that helps you. If you have questions, put them in the comments. I'll try to do that, and I'll put links below to every entity I can find that will help you along this path. It's very easy. You can buy a WR or a CRF 450X or any type of bike like that, or even YZ 250s, 450s, you name the bike. If you can mount a headlight on it and a tail light and rig up a brake, put a horn on it, you're probably in business. Now, you will get some guff if you're commuting back and forth to work with it, because that's not what you've told the government. However, for connecting trails and doing a little dual sporting on the weekend, I don't think anybody's truly going to bother you. But it's a great way to explore more of Arizona. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you watching. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share. Adios.